Throughout IShowSpeed store in Africa, I think Ghana was the best. Do you know why? Why I think so? Because you see, all over Africa, people feel like the only thing we have to offer is just culture. And culture without any impact is kind of stupid. But with Ghana, the way they portray their culture, the way they showcase the country, it has a lot of benefit to their country. That's why a lot of Black Americans, when they want to come to Africa, the first place they go to is Ghana. Because it's not because Ghana has the richest culture in Africa, but they portray their culture in a positive light and in a good way that can attract money into the economy. Like, for example, see these photos. This is IShowSpeed here in Ghana doing a massage, and that's a very popular place in Ghana. I've been seeing it over the internet. Now, when people out of Ghana, people in America and in other countries see this, they would like to visit that place to have a massage, and it will help to boost tourism in Ghana, and at the same time will boost their economy. Also, I saw another video of IShowSpeed in what looks like a boxing ring in Ghana. You see, these are all positive impacts that impacts a lot in the economy. You see, now the Ghanaian boxing league is going to go international, it's going to go popular. There are people who are going to come into Ghana to fight because they have seen this video. There are people who didn't know that Ghana had a boxing league like this. But you see, when this guy went to Nigeria, they were all brought, the people who brought him to Nigeria, that was the most stupid thing I've seen so far, because they were just going with him to places in the streets. People are begging him money. It was kind of stupid. Nigeria has a lot of investment opportunities, a lot of touristic sites to show him that will encourage a lot of people to come to Nigeria. And Nigerians have the mentality of thinking that money is the only thing in life. I'll tell you for free, what Ghana has done will impact their economy and their country in so many years, because people will keep coming to Ghana because of what they have seen. So I feel like as Africans, we need to think. We also need to be very intentional in our strategies, because in other places people don't joke with such opportunities. We see you in the next one. If you like videos like this, please try to follow me and drop your thoughts.
If there's one thing that Speed going to Ghana has shown, it's that Ghanaians are infinitely better than Nigerians. The stream was so much more entertaining, there was so much more going on, like there was so much more interesting things. And there wasn't none of this stupid begging nonsense that Nigerians love to do. The electricity and the internet connection wasn't buffering like when you was in Nigeria as well. It got so bad to the point that Nigerians were even trying to force a narrative on Twitter saying the stream ended abruptly because of the internet connection. No!
So to my American people, because you know IShowSpeed is in Africa. As you can clearly see, he is up in Africa. I think he went to Angola already, in South Africa. He's having a fabulous time. He brought in the New Year's in South Africa. So everybody, because I'm seeing a lot of everybody's having a reaction to this, but I'm talking about my Black people out here in America. I've been to Ghana this year. I've been to Ghana, and for the most part, I had a really good time. And it's good to explore different places, so you can get a different feel for the different countries. And every country isn't heaven. It's just that from someone that's been to the continent of Africa, I would say go. And a few things about Ghana is that it's extremely safe. Stay in an Airbnb. The people are hella friendly. The food is really good. I'll be in Kenya this year and Nigeria, so my people, visit.
IShowSpeed's Africa tour is actually season 1. See, Speed is actually buying a house in Ghana. His mom is Ghanaian. He's Ghanaian. And although he is currently in Nambia and he is enjoying himself, and recently left Liberia where, again, he still enjoyed himself. I keep telling y'all, most of these places in Africa, they're going to be fun. They're going to be great. But I have to say, I really do appreciate how much time and energy has gone into his Africa tour. Because in an era where people love to say all kind of negative things about us, different parts of the motherland are shining, glistening. And Speed is doing an amazing job of not only highlighting what is happening there, but bringing us together. And that is the most important part. Because whether you from Zimbabwe, Nigeria, Cameroon, Liberia, Nambia, South Africa, or any of the numerous countries, barring the ones that, I need you to understand something. It's us. We all we got. And Speed shows y'all that if you rocking with me, I'm rocking with you. If you noticing me, I'm noticing you. We rocking together. So congratulations, Speed, on an amazing African tour. Cannot wait for season 2. Oh, and grown man, by the way. Don't believe me? Watch this. Speed, man.
What's good, internet warriors? Welcome back to the channel, because today, oh boy, we are diving headfirst into the absolute carnage that IShowSpeed showed in Ghana, or what the absolute amazing entertainment that we saw from streams tour in Ghana. Oh boy, and bro rolled into Accra like a human fireworks. You know, like a human fireworks show. You know, there was a lot of mob at the airport. Speed backflipped into a pool of jollof rice. Speed ate the raw shea butter like he owned that money. And no joke, he walked away with a Ghanaian passport. And the best part, the Americans are watching live and they are losing their mind. You know, like a full-on existential crisis mixed with the laugh and attack.
I'm watching Speed stream in Ghana, and this is one thing that I love about the culture.
Look at her hair. Look how beautiful it is in its natural form. I love it.
I love how they honor their natural beauty rather than conforming to Western standards. And that's why I love Speed stream, because it shows us what real beauty looks like.
Because stereotypes got deleted, minds got blown out, American minds got blown out, and memes got emotional, damn it, show to Africa. So grab your popcorn, because this is the Speed Ghana's arc, and it might be one of the funniest thing of 2026, or the mind-blowing buster of 2026. Thought Angola was crazy. Speed came to Kenya. If you thought Kenya was least crazy, Speed went to Ethiopia. A full-blown mind experience. Dude went to Egypt. Dude went to Benin. The crazy energy in Senegal. The amazing energy and the critics in Nigeria. And when dude went to Ghana, it was full montage. Arrives in Ghana just the other day. And Ghana basically said, hold my work here. Hold on my work here. Because why did this man pull up in the airport and instantly escorted by bikers are reviving engines like it's a royal parade? Tell me. The presidential welcome of those biker gangs, like the movies used to watch about those gangs. And Speed was not even walking. He was getting carried by a pure hype. The crowd was so crazy. It looked like, you know, Afrobeats plus Afrobeat Festival plus Avengers Endgame premiere plus a World Cup final, where Speed is what? Is the official mascot.
Speed, his tour in Africa has officially ended part 1. He said he is going back in a few months for part 2. I am so excited to see where he goes next. Let me know, what was your top 3 favorite countries that he went to this time? Y'all already know mine was Kenya and Ethiopia and Ghana, baby. I cannot wait to go and visit these places. 2 places I hope that he goes next time on the next tour is Tanzania and Uganda. I want to see them places. Oh, and Sierra Leone. I want to go to Sierra Leone. I want him to show us Sierra Leone. That tour was life-changing. It was amazing. It has canceled the propaganda of the diaspora. and I enjoyed every day of it. W Speed, we love you. We are so proud of you. You are the GOAT.
And our dude, he was in his, and our Speed, he was in his natural habitat. Speed was screaming, jumping, running, backflipping, even in front of kings. Then it came to the first legendary moment, the sheer butter test. Speed was handed a raw sheer butter test, and dude took one bite like it's nothing. Then his face, turned into like a lemon sour demon mode activated, like a Democrat, or very angry with Trump. Speed was like he just tasted a spoonful of betrayal and hatred. What is this? And the internet immediately knew, yeah, this stream is about to get messy. You remember the jollof rice incidents? Then boom, Speed, decided to just do a backflip inside jollof rice and land straight into giant pot of jollof rice like it's a WWE. You remember when Speed was fighting in wrestling where the dude was given a KO? Yeah, so, and Americans were sorry because in Africa we are playing with food. I know some of the American kids are getting angry.
Come on now, IShowSpeed. How will you jump into the basin or this? Somebody said swimming pool. The swimming pool of jollof rice that was made for you in Ghana. Come on, bro. You did not try at all. Oh. You not try. Even if the jollof rice is not sweet, you didn't have to, backflipped into that jollof rice. Anyway, after all the bashing of Nigeria, IShowSpeed in Nigeria and all that, at least we have hope. We have hope. And I saw a post on Facebook where Wodemaya said that it was actually Ghana that organized the whole Africa tour and everything. And I'm like, come on. So was that why you guys messed us up? Nigeria and Ghana now, we're always having this our online battles and all that. If you go to that comment section, if you see the way people are dragging Wodemaya, so you guys actually set us up for drags, right? Is Lagos the only place we have in Nigeria? We have other beautiful places in Nigeria with culture, rich culture. And you guys decided to mess us up. Anyway, IShowSpeed, you need to apologize to Ghanaians for messing up with their jollof rice. And guess what? People were still eating the jollof rice after he left that particular scene. Interesting.
Now, that was not just any backflip. It was a jollof rice sacrifice. And what makes it funnier, he tried to stop the Ghana versus Nigeria jollof rice, saying it's a tie because the internet broke, between Ghanaian jollof rice and the Nigerian jollof rice. Which one is the king? And I think we need to join the conversation and also involve Kenya. Yeah, involve Kenya. Ghana treated Speed like royalty. It was not just chaos. Ghana was treating him like he's a visiting head of state. More than how the United States, treats American heads of states when they visit that country. Speed got a very good massage. Speed visited a very good waterfall. Speed was welcomed by people wearing traditional outfits. And they just say, Charlie, you're one of us. Speed then dropped one of the biggest plot twists. He say he has a Ghanaian root through his mom, which apparently they don't have very good communication. So Speed felt like he's back home. And Ghanaians basically said, say less, my son. Because next thing you know, the foreign minister pulls up, hands Speed a passport. Speed a passport, like, welcome home, Ambassador Speed, because we are going to give you job to be an ambassador of Ghana to what? To America, to the black Americans. And guys, for those who have not watched many videos about Ghana, Ghanaian is acted as, the center for the year of return for those black Americans, for those African Americans, returning to Africa. And if you want to get to know more about this video, about the year of return, I think go watch my friends. He's called Evans from Kenya. He has very good documentaries about that. The internet broke because Speed, the Americans were reacting like they just saw an alien. Now listen, Speed was already chaotic in other African countries. But the real comedy was the American reaction, because Americans were watching like Ghana. Wait, this is Africa? And I'm not even exaggerating. Some black Americans viewers were posting emotional TikTok videos. Somebody think one of these videos, I watched like 5 hours of Speed in Ghana, and my soul just upgraded.
Now, after having watched the stream, I am sincerely happy that Ghana did well. I mean, they welcomed him, they comforted him, but let's break things down. First of all, I knew it. That bodyguard is a Ghanaian. Now, whether you're single or not, we can all admit that that is a handsome man. A few times on his stream, I did see, is he called Shaka? And I was like, oh, snap. I hope he's not going to take over. And he didn't. Turns out he is part of the people that organized most of the trips throughout the African countries, and well done. So back to the live stream of, IShowSpeed visiting Ghana. First, when I saw him at the waterfalls and I think it was Bria Miles, I was like, oh Lord, let this not be like an African American takeover. May this please still be like something with a local approach. And in fact, they did well. Simple mango eating and all of those things. I loved it. They took him, they kind of gave him, I think they call it like an initiation with his Ghanaian name. I think it's Berima Kofi Akufo, something like that, which is good. That whole experience was good. It was cultural. It was, yeah. Now, some people complain that it was complete chaos. Well, from the looks of the way he does his live stream, chaos is what helps him to build momentum. So if you don't want to see chaos, don't complain about his stream. It's his style. He has energy. He holds that, Shout out to Wodemaya. I think it was a perfect person to, have as a guide, simply because his story also is about highlighting Africa on YouTube. It all made sense. You could all see the structure and everything. Every part was like guided by somebody. Perfect. There were a lot of things that I expected, It was also kind of funny to see how, the Ghanaian Americans were like, I'm from New Jersey. I'm from Atlanta. To kind of create that bond with him, It was cool. It was cute. And one thing I love, I expected Hamama to show up. Definitely with her story, that angle of Shea butter, like she did well, man. I would have loved also for the guys. I think there were some guys that did a commercial about, keeping the area clean, plastic waste and stuff. I would have loved for them to also have like a story and to take him around. But hey, it's just one stream, 5 hours. He ate, he enjoyed. This is good. Now, for those of you that thought Dirty December was an overload, be ready for more, because this has gotten people to buy tickets and visit African countries.
Another one even said, this changed how I see Africa. I thought it was only safaris and struggles. But now, they got good vibes. They have cars. Apparently, they realize we don't use donkeys They have cities. Apparently, they realize we don't live in villages and madhouse. And they're treating him like royalty. Apparently, Africans, we are not welcoming people like monkeys. We are not monkeys. We know how to welcome people. Bro, people were shocked. Like fully shocked Pikachu mode. You could literally hear the stereotypes breaking in real life. And the funniest part, people started Googling flights. How much is one-way ticket to Accra? Funny fact, I think Ghana is visa-free for most of Americans, unless Trump did something and the Ghana decided to revise that. But apparently in Kenya, it's visa-free for all the Americans. For all the majority, I think Americans is basically free. So if you want to come to Kenya, just get that flight, one-way ticket. I think we'll host you in our village madhouse, which is apparently very enjoyable and amazing to live in. So there was culture clash, but the funniest reaction was the culture shocks one. You know, Americans were watching crowds chase Speed like, you all Africans are different. Because in America, people chase celebrity for selfies. In Ghana, they chase celebrities for good vibes, and maybe small money too. 50,000. And Speed face every time someone asked him for dollars. It was just priceless. Now, Speed was looking like 50,000. What? 50,000. This don't make you happy. I'm being robbed with love. But above all, the peak moments were backflipping the jollof fries, Shea butter test, passport moment. So Speed got dual citizenship midstream. Now, Speed is not just any streamer. This guy is a diplomat. You know, Ghana kids, the stereotype of Ghana kids staying calm, Speed screaming like a siren. Meanwhile, Ghana kids are just standing there like, Charlie, we're that cool. That contrast is pure comedy. But low-key, this was a wholesome vibe, because beyond the jokes, the stream did something bigger, both for Africans and the Americans.
There's a specific reason why IShowSpeed being in Ghana was heavily broadcasted as compared to him being in other African countries. And the reason for this is very simple, but yet it keeps flying over everyone's head. So let me explain it to you. One of the very few pillars that keep the Ghanaian economy afloat is tourism, and that includes revenue from tourism. The government in Ghana makes a substantial amount of money year-round from tourism. And this bandwagon primarily began around 2016 when they had their first year of return. So you might be thinking, how does the government even make money from tourism? The most immediate way government makes money from tourism is VAT, value-added tax. And coincidentally, revenues from value-added tax makes up the second most generating tax revenue asset for Ghana. You see, the government really saw IShowSpeed's presence in Ghana not only benefiting to him, but to them as well. This meant if they were able to ensure that he was being well taken care of, all service provided to him and his team were all at satisfactory levels, this would better allow him to broadcast Ghana and our culture to the global audience, with which he successfully did on his stream that has over 45 million subscribers. In the long term, aiding Ghana with allowing more visitors to come to our country and spend their money. I keep seeing a lot of people thinking that Speed's presence in Ghana had no significance whatsoever. But if you allow yourself to be short-sighted and ignorantly closed-minded, you're never going to see the long-term benefits to Ghana like how I just explained. So if you like this type of content, you want to follow me for more.
Most of Americans realize that what they've been taught about Africa is totally not true. And that is a powerful message. You know, Speed was basically bridging gaps, bridging continent with nothing but just screaming and backflipping, and I think internet. Who knew yelling at a jollof fries could start a cultural war? Americans, which cultural war have you guys started? So it's basically the sweetness of Africa. I know I'll offend some of the so-called FBAs talking about culture, but you've experienced the beauty of Africa. Wow. So, Speed Ghana arc might be the funniest, mind-blowing thing in 2026. So I have to ask you, did this tour make you rethink what you think about Africa, or just you are just here for a laugh and good reaction? Drop your wildest take in the speed touring Africa in the comment section, and the funniest one will be actually pinned. In this video, you dying, if you will get pinned if this video made you, die with laughter. Smash that like button other than speed backflip, and don't forget to subscribe. Till next time, bye.